Hello, third grade, and welcome to our math skill for today. We're going to start looking at different kinds of 2D shapes. That means shapes that can lay flat. They have sides and angles. Now, the type of shapes we're going to be talking today are called quadrilaterals. I want you to say that out loud. Quadrilaterals. Get my pen back. Quadrilaterals have four sides. Four sides. And they are a type of polygon. Say polygon. Polygons are any shape that has straight sides. Polygons are any shape that has straight sides. Quadrilaterals have four sides. I want you to think of the word quad. Quad means four. So quadrilateral means four sides. A quadrilateral also has four angles. Angles is the area in the corner, an angle. On a 2D shape, we also have vertex. Vertex, that is when two sides meet together. So let's see how well you are listening. I want you to grab a blue and make a dot at each of the vertex. Are there four? That means it is a quadrilateral. Now I want you to grab green and identify all of the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are there four sides? Then it's a quadrilateral. Now grab purple. We're going to make this little arch for an angle. Are there four angles? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, then it's a quadrilateral. So if it has four sides, four angles, and four vertices, then it is a quadrilateral. There are 5 kinds of quadrilaterals that we're going to learn about. A trapezoid has two pairs of parallel lines. Has one pair of parallel lines. That means that they run alongside of each other, but they would never cross. If I kept drawing this line out and kept drawing this line out, they would never cross. So they are parallel. And it only has one pair. That's a trapezoid. And I want you to think about a trap. If a little mouse or something wiggled its way in here, it would probably get trapped. So that's how you remember a trapezoid. A parallelogram is a pair of parallel lines. So that means it has two. So these lines would go on forever and never connect. And the other sides are parallel lines. They go on forever and never connect. So a parallelogram has a pair of parallel lines. A rectangle has 4 right angles. That means that it is 90 degrees. That means that one side is directly horizontal and the other one is directly vertical. It also has 2 pairs of parallel lines, so it is a type of parallelogram. The lines would go on forever but never touch. And 2 sides are the same length. So these 2 sides are the same length, and these 2 sides are the same length. They're not all the same. The next shape is a rhombus. Say rhombus. Rhombus is just a square that is squished to the side. And it's a special kind of parallelogram. So all of the sides are the same length. This side and this side are the same. And they're also the same length as this side and this side. But it does not have a right angle. That is a rhombus. And finally, a square. A square, all sides are the same length. They're all the same length. And it has right angles. Now let's look at the convince me part. Draw a quadrilateral that is an example of one of the shapes listed in box B. Name the shape. Then draw a quadrilateral that is not an example of a shape listed in box B. So remember, a quadrilateral has 4 sides. So if I drew a shape like this, it has 4 sides and 4 angles. That is a quadrilateral. And I know this is a rectangle because it has 4 right angles. So I'll label it. Maybe you have a different shape. Then it said to draw a quadrilateral that is not an example of a shape above. So maybe all of the lengths are different. It's kind of hard to draw one like that. Let's see. So this is also a quadrilateral. But all of the sides are about different lengths. It would actually look more like this. Because I drew a trapezoid. There we go. All of the sides are different, but it does have 4 sides. But that is not an example of one of the shapes above. It is a quadrilateral, but it is not a shape from above. All right, we're going to look at these 2 kinds of polygons today. Remember, polygons have straight lines and angles. So something like a circle would not be a polygon. There are 2 kinds, a convex or a concave. A convex means that all of the points are pointing out. See how all of the vertices are pointing out? And a convex has 1 or more vertices angling inward. See how these are going in? So we have concave and convex. Now we are going to skip these 2 parts and move on to do you know how? So we're writing as many special names as possible for each quadrilateral. So let's look at this first one. Well, I know it's a quadrilateral, and it looks just like a parallelogram, so that's the first one I can write. Go ahead and write parallelogram. And it doesn't have 1 pair of parallel lines, so it's not a trapezoid. It doesn't have right angles, so it's not a rectangle. It doesn't have all the same size, so it's not a rhombus. And it doesn't have equal lengths inside, so it is not a square. Now let's look at this second one, a rectangle. Well, that's an easy one to identify. Now let's see if it matches any of these characteristics. Does it have 2 pairs of parallel lines? Yes, so a rectangle is also a parallelogram. Does it have the same size sides? No. Does it have all right angles and the same sides? No. This next one is a rhombus. All of the sides are the same. US, rhombus. Now let's see if it matches any other characteristics. Does it have 4 right angles, like a rectangle? No. Does it have 2 pairs of parallel lines, like a parallelogram? Yes, it does. So this is also a parallelogram. And finally, the infamous square. Now, first of all, it is a square because all of the sides are the same, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 right angles. It is also a rectangle. Any rectangle only needs to have 4 right angles. So it is also a type of rectangle. So a square can be a rectangle, but a rectangle cannot be a square. For your assignment, you will complete 7, 8, and 9 on your own. Write as many special names of the quadrilateral as you can. Once you're finished with that,